What is up, Titan Nation? Hope everybody's doing good out there today. I know y'all have already been active in the chat, and I appreciate that. So hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing. If you're on lunch break, if you're working, if you're off today. Personally, this is my day off. I'm flying to Nashville tonight. So stoked about that. Gonna get to hang out with my mom. Gonna get to go to the game tomorrow and hang out with James, the AKA Titans for Life. If y'all haven't followed him, please go follow him. But we got a good show lined up for you guys today. Sorry about last night. I like to go live at night. I don't even know if I've ever had a day show before, but and I'm so grateful to my guest, Real Fan Sports. They were both available today, so we'll bring them on in a minute. But yeah, let's get rolling, guys.
Oh, how y'all doing? This is Jalen Fly, aka the Mountain Mover. Make sure y'all follow my movement. But in the meantime, check us out. I need y'all to like and subscribe because this is Titans Rossi. Oh, let's go.
All you did was get yourselves in the Elite Eight. Congratulations, okay? Okay, you advanced. Okay, we talked about it. You advanced without playing a game in the playoffs. We treated it like a playoff. We just got to understand now this will be good for us. Okay, we'll coach out of you, hold each other accountable. Okay, we can't sleepwalk through quarters. You can't sleepwalk through quarters when we needed it. Okay, offense, man, that's a hell of a job going down there. We were taking on water. We were taking on water. Okay, give them a ton of credit. Okay, give them a ton of credit. Got a lot of respect for them. They fought their asses off. Okay, we just fought a little harder, Dontrell. We just fought a little harder, man. Thanks our fans for coming down here. Thank our fans publicly. Okay, tell them we appreciate it. They'll come out there to support us in a couple weeks. Okay, don't apologize for anything. Okay, you earned it. You earned it. So don't let anybody take it away from you, but we got to be better. Ryan, hell of a job, man. Brace it.
Hey, we're just getting started, man. Keep pressing. Take advantage of every day from now until we go again. Win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Anyways, I just had to play that to get the good vibes going. But we're gonna go ahead and bring in our guest here. There's one, there's the other. What is up, my friends? How are y'all doing?
What's good? What's good? How everybody doing?
Hey,
Man,
what's up, Titan Nation?
It's good to have y'all on, man. I kind of stumbled across your show one night. A friend of mine, he goes by Sauce Monster on YouTube. You guys probably have seen him in your chat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he's
definitely.
like, hey, man, you got to check these guys out. They're really good. And so he sent me the link, and I was like, yeah, I'm always checking people out, man. So kind of, introduce yourselves, tell everybody what y'all do as far as your channels and different things.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead first.
You got me first? What's up, guys? My name's Zach, man. I'm down here in Louisiana. I see DJ AB Cool already acting Saints fan. Yeah, sadly, this year I am a Saints fan. It's been a rough season, but yeah, man, down here in Louisiana, we've been doing the Real Fan Sports thing for with Non-P for the last couple months. Non-P's been doing his own sports stream for the last couple years, man. Joined in. We've been having a lot of fun, commentating the streams, also trying to put up some more YouTube content and just having a good time, man.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, I started doing YouTube, man, like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. I do mostly reactions of trailers, movies, movie reviews, music shows, all that kind of stuff. But the sports kind of started because I live alone, so I watch sports by myself. So I was like, well, let me just get online and see what happens. And had a couple people come through, and it kind of grew from there. Where I moved from YouTube to Twitch, and now we kind of fluctuate between both of them, but. It's just something we do for fun, man. And having Zach on has been a great addition to the show, so it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I know for me, I moved to South Florida a couple years ago, and I'm from Nashville. But when I came down here, there was no Titans fans at all, like not any. And I've told this story before, but like the only Titans, well, I thought he was a fan. I was at like a Winn-Dixie or something, and some guy had I want to say he had an AJ Brown jersey on, But I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, man, tighten up." I was all excited. And he was like, what is tighten up? And I'm like, "Bro, like you got a jersey on, man." And he's like,
Killing me.
"Oh, I got this at like Marshalls or something." And I'm like, "Dang, man." So yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
tough.
cool. We've been able to. It's cool that this platform has. I've met so many good people. Came across so many awesome Titans fans down here in my area, and we've been able to connect. So it's pretty cool. I do want to shout out.
Have you?
Oh, go ahead.
I say, have you been able to convert any fans down there?
Not yet, man. Not yet.
Not yet.
There's a lot of. It's crazy how much people still love Tannehill down here.
Yeah.
A lot of people like miss him. And a lot of people blame the coaching and blame the organization for not giving him the weapons that he needed and all this stuff.
I blame it. I blame the organization.
Yeah, I mean, look what they just did with Brian Flores. I mean, it's like you have a winning coach. I mean, you were 10-6 last year. He's only been there 3 seasons. You were 10-6 last year. You're on the upward trend. Yeah, okay. What happened this year? But they won 7, 8 in a row.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you fire a guy like that? Like, do you guys see any logic to that?
I mean, bad organizations do bad things, and sometimes, like we've talked about before, there's certain organizations in NFL they just make trash decisions, and that's one of them. I mean, I always talk about Detroit, and I'm a Raider, but hey, our ownership is the worst in the league. We're the poorest team in the whole division. I mean, in the NFL, so we make a lot of bad decisions based off of money because we don't have it. So, like I said, bad ownership does bad things.
And who is your team again? I'm sorry.
Raiders.
I got you. Yeah, and non-P, man, I do want to, and we're gonna kind of go around like each division game. Titan Upload, my friend and partner in this Titan Upload network thing, he did a division show or a Bengals Titans preview last night. But I do want to touch on the Titans, and I guess we could start there. And I do want to shout out everybody in the chat, man. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I usually don't do day shows, and this might be my first. So I appreciate, man. There were people in, I think, because I had it set for 12 on YouTube. That's why a lot of people are already in the chat. And
I saw that.
Shout out to Sin City Titan. Because he kind of pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Oh crap, man!" And I do want to tell Sin City Titan something because we had Stephanie on last week. She was the here's a little thumbnail for it, but she was the Tennessee Titans fan of the year. And Sin City Titan messaged me, and he said, "Hey man, what about me? Am I the Titans Rossi fan of the year?" So Sin City Titans, you are the Titans Rossi fan of the year. There's no awards or anything, but
we just give out high fives.
But no, he's a close friend of mine, man. He's somebody I met through this YouTube process and actually helped him move when he moved down to Tampa. So yeah, that's my dude right there. So let's get to some of the comments first, and then we'll get into some of the games here. I know a buddy of mine, Bob Gerard, was in the chat earlier. He's a huge New England fan, and I have to hear his crap every day, all day. So Bob calls himself a masshole because that's what they call with an M. He said that's what they are up there. But he is convinced that the Titans are going to get blown out by the Bengals. He just
blown out.
Yeah, he's
I don't think so.
Yeah, he just watches the media, man. He doesn't know nothing about the team. He doesn't even know who AJ Brown is. Like, I mean, come on.
Stop listening to the talking heads up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Jay Tyler says Burrow's first playoff game on the road, 12th man will show up. I hope you're right, man. I hope the fans do show up. Sin City Titan says we beat the most playoff teams in a row with the most injured team of all. Now we're healthy, tightened up. What's up to Jay Tyrus? DJ Abcool is in the building. Bob again with his 8,000 New England post. You can see he's on a tear today.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Steven, Rocky, Life of Devontae. What's up, brother? Clay, Nancy's in the house. Coach Dante, what's up, man? Yeah, I think it's one of your followers, nonfiction.
Yeah, it's Declan. Declan's been around since I first started doing when I first started doing sports. Declan was one of my first viewers.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Way down in Scotland, I believe, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Eagles fans from Scotland.
Cool.
Yeah. We got a couple people from other countries, so it's pretty cool.
Grandizers in the house. So a lot of people in the house. A names in the house. So I appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate all the support.
Pretty good. Hit that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button for us, guys. And another thing, we just got over 1K, and super chats are enabled.
Let's go.
Yeah, just hit over 1K. So if you guys, want to donate, you can. If not, no big deal. I don't ask for that type of stuff, but it will go directly back into the channel. I'm trying to buy a new camera and stuff. So, and my goal is to buy it, strictly off income from the channel. So, whatever you guys give out there, it's much appreciated. And, it'll go back into the channel. James is now says, let's go Titans. So anyways, guys, enough of me rambling. Let's get into some of these games, and I'm going to share the screen here with this is just kind of Yahoo Sports's site. So we'll start off with the Titans and Bengals, and just kind of you hear all the talking heads, like you said, nonfiction stuff like that. And you guys aren't Titans fans. I know Zach is a Saints fan. You're a Raiders fan. Nonfiction, you watched the game last week, I imagine, the Raiders and the Bengals.
Most definitely.
What is your impression of the Bengals? As far as, are they really that good, or what do you think?
I mean, first of all, I'll say yes, they really are that good, but they're not. They're not. It's not that they can't be beat, because granted, for me being a Raiders fan, yes, I'm biased, but pressure is what's needed to beat them, and it's not pressure with blitz; it's pressure without a blitz. And right now, Raiders are the top tier for that, but also in the top 10 is the Tennessee Titans. They're really good at pressure without the blitz, and that's what they need. Burrow's under pressure with the blitz is at a high clip, but weirdly enough, pressure without a blitz, he's just pedestrian. So because of that, Titans have a chance. They have a really good chance in the trenches to win that game.
And did you watch the game as well, Zach? The Bengals Raiders?
I actually did not. I was so upset I was not able to, but I tried to catch as much highlights as I could, man. And I went back and looked over it, and the one thing that I think is going to hurt the Bengals the most against the Titans is the fact that, last game against the Raiders, Mixon never got going. Mixon only got 48 yards last week against the Raiders, and he's going to have an even tougher time against Tennessee Titan. We know the way that Titans like to play with such a run-heavy offense, and, being able to control the time of the possession in the game, they're going to have struggle if they can't get some type of run game going. If they're having to rely just on Joe Burrow, I know he's like this quote unquote, like coming up superstar and everything like that. I'm a big fan of Joey B, but they're going to have to get some type of run game. And if he gets under 50 yards again, they won't win this game.
I think that's going to be, I agree with you. I think 100% Mixon. I think Mixon's not going to have a good game. I think it's going to continue. into this next game. I think he's going to have just the same style of game. He'll probably have max 40-something yards, period, but he's not going to have a great game. And that's going to be a problem because, yes, he can get to his receivers, but if the defensive line is freely getting to the quarterback and is committing pressure to make him adjust too quickly, that's where they can be successful. I'm telling you, this game is going to be won in the trenches. And if you can slow down just the relationship between Chase and Burrows, if you can slow it down, cause more upfront coverage, pushing him off the line, messing up his routes, you can actually win this game. It's very winnable.
And and I got for y'all are watching, I got the stats from the Raiders and Bengals game on the screen just to kind of for Titans fans, look and see what happened in that game. But non-P, what about – I just started kind of digging into this last night. Somebody was like about the whole whistle thing because I didn't really look into it too much.
Yeah.
And then my buddy was like, go back and watch it, man. It's crazy. What happened?
So Burrows is kind of pushed out of the pocket. He rolls to the right-hand side of the field, throws the ball, but as he's throwing it, the whistle is blown. So it's as he's throwing it. And right after he throws it, the receiver catches the ball as touchdown. Now, when you look at the replay, me and Levels definitely have a different point of view on this, but we look at the replay, the defenders are not pursuing the receiver. They're actually walking towards the receiver like the play had stopped. He catches the ball, and before he even celebrates, he looks around. He literally looks around. And then when they say touchdown, then he celebrates because even they knew there was an issue. Now, by the rules of the game, that play should have been an inadvertent call, should have been called. It should have been a no touchdown, replay it down. That's all it should have been. Unfortunately, the Raiders are always in a situation like this, and it happens too frequently. It's been happening for a very long time. I mean, so much to where they have a 30 for 30 talk about the freaking tuck rule. Nobody wants to talk about that anymore. I don't want to hear about tuck rule anymore. It's a call that should have been called. This should have been called. Right now, in my head, it's 1919. Even Charles Woodson said it's 1919. So it was BS. It was a BS situation. And the refs, it's the reason why the refs were penalized by not being able to be any more postseason games because the NFL felt they made the wrong call. Even in the booth, the ref that's in the booth with the announcer said they made the wrong call.
And I'm gonna pull up the play. Why not? Let's see if I can get it up here. I do have it pulled up in YouTube.
While you're doing it, like for us, for me as a Raiders fan, it's rare when the refs are actually on our side, the ones that's in the booth. Usually they say, "Oh, that's the right call," but he immediately said that's the wrong call. And so I'm like, everyone actually sees it our way this time. It's like it sucks that the refs on the field just made an error.
Yeah, let's see if we can get I guess that's a decent view of it. So here's the call, or here's the play from last week.
5 of the pattern, Burrow.
Be replayed, but they made the decision to not replay it, and that's against the actual.
So what was the
actual rule.
To celebrate
Okay, so
what was the actual call on the play?
Touchdown.
The touchdown.
Yeah, no, I mean after before the ref came back out and signal touchdown. Did they put their hands up?
No, there was no signal
immediately after the catch.
There was no signal.
Yeah,
right
definitely
away.
should. Then they shouldn't have been able to review it and come back and be like, okay, score.
Yeah, right away there wasn't a signal. That's why I don't know if you can see it at the end of the play. The receiver, he's actually doesn't celebrate right away.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, I remember him not celebrating because he was like, okay.
See, everybody, there's no pursuit on the defense. I'm telling you, they're standing up.
Yep.
Interesting. I just got to roll it one more time.
Keep it alive. Scrambles.
There we go.
I mean, the refs actually blew the call.
So are they saying that the receiver went out of bounds, or
no? They were trying to see if they were.
How are they not? That's wild, man. Like,
I feel like when you have 60-year-old dudes who are lawyers and doctors and dentists on the weekdays and referees on the weekends, you're gonna always have errors because they are fans of the game more than anything. They don't need the money they're getting paid. Most of you dudes have money, so them being paid to be referees, that's an afterthought.
Yeah,
for most of them, they barely go to a training that's like 3 months out the year before the season starts, and a couple of them go to different teams during the preseason. But it needs to be the referees need to be their own solid thing. It should be an actual job, not something that's a secondary job for somebody else. They just and like Rocky said, they simply just chose to ignore the rule. The ruling just did not get, it didn't get used, which is kind of wrong.
Yeah, it's terrible how bad the officiating has been this season, especially. I mean, and it's gotten worse and worse, man. It's something needs to be addressed in the off season for sure. Like, and I'm not just saying like against because we've had bad calls against us or anything, but just all across the league, it's been pitiful, man. Just pitiful, and I hope it doesn't affect the playoffs anymore. We'll see what happens.
I always felt that the refs have been bad since the replacing refs from that Green Bay game where they couldn't decide if it was a touchdown or not in the end zone. Ever since the replacement refs came in that season, reffing has been worse. Like it was bad already, but it got dramatically worse since that game.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. So Zach, what do you? I heard you talking last night, and I really liked what you were saying on your show because you were talking up the Titans pretty good, and I was like, yeah, I like this guy, But,
you weren't there for the beginning part.
So your initial thoughts on this game coming up with the Titans and Bengals? Is it a lot of the media is picking the Bengals to win and this and that? What do you think, man? Is it going to be a close game? Is it one team going to blow out the other? What do you think about it?
Well, I'll say this. My opinion is definitely not influenced by the media. I don't watch a whole lot of sports spin, or I do a lot of my own researching. But, I think it's going to be a close one. The thing with the Bengals is that they are high scoring. They, Joe Burrow, he said last year, fortunately he said it and then had a absolute terrible season. But he doesn't like to lose. It's not a guy that loses often. He didn't lose much in college. He has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and he lives for big games. And being from Louisiana, also an LSU fan, I gotta have he's on in my corner a little bit. Like I want to support him, but the thing is Titans have everything to beat the Bengals because, like I said, their ability to carry the time of possession in games and being able to dominate that and keeping the ball out of his hands. I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys for the Titans to go ahead and run away with this game. That, and also I couldn't figure out how to pronounce his name, but Byard, Byard. He's tied fourth in interceptions in the league with 5 interceptions, and all of his interceptions have came on really big plays. And they're going to need a big defensive play and to go ahead and get the win. But if I have to choose, I'm going Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know if it's because I'm biased with the like I said, being a Joe Burrow fan or what, but 100% biased. But I just think Joe, if he performs at a high level like he's been doing, and that he's able to minimize mistakes, and as long as their defense can get the Titans off the field on 3rd and longs, they'll have a good chance. If Titans are able to extend drives off the 3rd downs, then the Bengals don't have a shot. I kind of had it what and what, but I really got to go Bengals. I'm kind of going on a whim on this one. It's kind of more of my upset pick for the week, and I think Bengals are going to take it.
No, man, I appreciate the honesty, and like I said, when you come on, be honest. Just because this is the Titans channel, that's what I like. And so I just got a message, and apparently the Titans literally just now activated Derrick Henry. So Derrick Henry is good to go. He's been looking really good in practice and stuff. I think for him, I think just being a mental thing, maybe getting back into the flow of the game. Physically, he seems like he's pretty good. Obviously, we don't know until the pads are on and he's in the game and he's, taking live bullets. But, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to share this again. So kind of go through the numbers of this game real quick. And obviously we know, and I want to give a shout out to Titan Anderson. I saw him in here earlier. Y'all go follow him if you haven't yet. So laugh out loud. This guy made me spell my channel drink. There you go. And he says 34-17 Titans. So points scored per game. Obviously, they got an awesome offense. They're 7th in the league.
Yeah.
Points against 17th. So not as good on defense. But it's as far as points against the Titans, surprisingly 5th in the league on defense. Not surprisingly, but just surprisingly considering last year we were like last. It was crazy. Total yards against per game. Bengals 18th. Titans are 12th, which some of the Titans have drastically improved this year as their defense. Total yards, Bengals are 10th, Titans 16th. Passing yards, of course, this is where Cincinnati definitely gets the nod with Burrow. And Burrow's, man, he's good, dude. I mean, he's good under pressure. Something that he's, taken a lot of this year. I mean, he's been sacked a lot, but also Ryan Tannehill's been sacked a lot too. They have cleaned it up in the last 4 or 5 games. The offensive line has gotten a lot better in pass blocking. The thing at the bottom here, the time of possession, I think that's going to play huge in this game, guys. Like,
yeah,
it's hard for both teams. If you can take Mixon out of the game, and they're just, you make them one-dimensional, which obviously they're good at passing. That is their thing. But I think it's something you still want to do. I think you still, obviously, you want to take Mixon out of the game and, rely on the Titans pass rush to throw Burrow off his, off his rhythm. I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't think we're going to blow them out. Or nothing like that. I think this game's going to go down to the wire, but obviously I am a Titans fan, but I honestly, I really do believe we're going to pull this game out. I think with the King coming back, the atmosphere, the crowd, I think they're ready, whether it be by 1 point or 3 points or 10 points, but I feel like we have a good shot at winning this game. And Non-P, how do you feel about like the overall, who's going to win, who's going to lose, your kind of prediction for this game?
I'm going with the Titans to win. I think their defense has stepped up in the last couple of weeks. And then, I mean, we know Tannehill isn't the greatest quarterback, but Tannehill has been really good in the last last 8 weeks, and they have actually he has really received the least pressure of most quarterbacks in the league. So I think that's going to play big. So I'm going for the Titans, 100%.
All right, I like your style, man. Zach, I don't know, but I like you. No, I'm just joking, man. So yeah, we'll get to some of these other games too. And
hey, no, I love it.
Yeah, man. No, this is fun. Let me get to some of these comments first, and we'll get to some of these other games. There's 25 people in the building, so as we say at the Titan Upload Network, tighten up that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Go follow these guys. They have Real Fan Sports, and then you all have your own respected channels as well. And so follow these guys. They're dedicated to. I always see you guys doing videos and stuff, so it's always popping up on my
Yeah, I do a lot of reactions, so
yeah,
I'm pretty busy on that channel.
And you do you have a gaming channel as well, Non-P, or?
Yeah. I saw, like I said, I started out on YouTube, and because of my kids, I switched over to Twitch and started playing on Twitch. But I'm going to do gaming on my YouTube as well. So, because I'm bridging more just to more YouTube stuff than Twitch.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm a pretty big gamer myself, like which I've kind of been on Halo recently, playing multiplayer with a buddy of mine and stuff. But I like all the games, man. I'm a game connoisseur. So
Up 40.
I got a little gaming. I want to get a PC. I want to build one, but I have a little gaming laptop. It's decent. I do have an Xbox Series S, but I have a it's like a Lenovo gaming laptop. It's not
Yeah,
bad though.
MSI. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
play mostly on my PlayStation, but I have an MSI gaming
No, not at
laptop.
all.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's get to some of these comments real quick, guys. So Titans Time Podcast is in the house, and a lot of you are going to the game in the chat. So hit me up on Twitter if y'all are there. I know Titans Time, we're gonna meet up at the bridge and all that, but yeah, y'all hit me up on Twitter if y'all want to meet up with me at the game. We're gonna try and do a little meet and greet there. Like with some folks.
Yes,
It's crazy. Last time, one of the times we did a little meet and greet, man, with like a bunch of Titans YouTubers, and it was amazing how many people showed up, dude. I was like, golly, it was awesome, man.
That's pretty cool.
Y'all have such a huge group of people, man. Right. As soon as I went and heard about your channel, went and subscribed. I feel like anytime I go to anything sports, I just get a feed of Titan upload, Titan this guy, Titan that guy, and I'm like, where did this come from? Like, this is crazy. I was like, I didn't know Titans had that big of a fan base, like and a lot of loyal fans, which I love, man. That's my favorite thing about sports. Like, I love like going to we've been trying to go to some away games the last couple of years, man, and like talking my bull with my BS with everybody, and having some fun. Like, that's the best thing about sports, is having true fans and being able to talk with them.
Yeah, it all kind of happened this year. Like Titan Anderson, as you see on the screen here, he's like one of the OGs of the Titans YouTube game. He was one of the first.
He got
Titan Uploads been around for a while. Yeah, he's been around for about 5 years, Titan Anderson, and it's this year. A lot of them have popped up. Like, so it's this year. Like, yeah, there's a ton of them. The 615 podcast, shout out to them. Another Titans podcast, and so shout out to them too. Mark Jones, he's always in the building. 615 says my final four: Titans and Chiefs, Packers and Rams. I would love to see a Titans Rams rematch in the Super Bowl. I think that would be incredible. But
take the Packers out and put the Niners, and you got it.
Yeah, I think the Niners, man, they could be scary, man.
Rams. That's what it's going to be.
Grandizer says Titans Rossi will sign autographs and takes picks. $5. Yep. It will be a $5 a head fee for any autographs. If you want me to sign your baby, it'll be like $10.
There'll be a line though, so be patient.
Yeah, I will be signing babies, signing shirts, whatever. So it's all good. Rocky says Titans have the best YouTube community. All right, let's get to some of these other games, man. Let's see here. I was going to try and pull up. All right, so obviously we got Tennessee, Cincinnati. That's over. We've all made our picks. I picked the Titans. Zach picked the Bengals. Nampi picked the Titans in 2.
Yep.
So 2-1. We trumped Zach on that one.
We got to have one outlier, man. We got to have one.
Yeah. So let's get to this Kansas. This is the matchup of the millennium right here. Kansas City and the Bills.
So
Mahomes versus Allen. This is the matchup everybody wanted to see. This is a tough one, man. Let's start with you, Nampi. What do you think about this matchup? Who do you think's gonna get the dub in this one?
I know the world is saying the Chiefs, but I honestly I'm saying the Bills. I think that number one defense is going to do some damage. That's what I feel. I feel their defense for the Bills is going to they'll show up big. And the Chiefs haven't been, they haven't been as, on point on offense since the way they've been the past couple of years. I mean, them, we expect Mahomes to do the crazy passes, little flip passes, but they haven't been on point the last 3-4 weeks. So because of that, I think I'm going with the Bills. That's what I want. I want the Bills to win. And it's not because of the bias, but I think the defense of the Bills is going to actually do really well against the Chiefs.
All right. So, Zach, what you got?
I'm right there with Nampi on the Bills, man. I love Josh Allen. The last time they played way back there in the season, The Bills beat them pretty good, took them down 38-20, and Allen played flawless, just like he played flawless last week against Patriots. He scored touchdowns on every single drive against a very good Patriots defense as well. The Chiefs have played better on the defense side, but I just don't see it. And then, the problem with the Chiefs lately, it hasn't so much been Patrick Mahomes. I know everybody's putting a lot of blame on him with the amount of interceptions he's had this year, but someone in that locker room, the wide receiver coach, needs to go get some Elmer's glue, put it on the gloves of the receivers, and get them to start catching the ball. There's so many of the interceptions that have taken place, or even Patrick. It's some of their skill makers that aren't able to come down, and it's messing them up.
Yeah, they've been playing volleyball.
Yeah, they've had some issues, man. The Bills are one of those teams where, they were so hyped going in the season, and very well should be. And if you look at their numbers and their stats and their rankings, this team should probably have 13, 14 wins in all reality. Obviously, we beat them on that Monday night game, and that was one of those games. It was like, at that point in the Titans season, with all the injuries and everything we had, I think that was a defining game for us as far as, even though Henry got injured after that and all that, but I think it was just kind of like, it just set the tone for the type of attitude that Vrabel, has, and what this team is kind of bought into. But the Bills are scary. They're one of those teams. You got Josh Allen, obviously. He's been playing really good. They're first in the league points against. They're first in the league in defense. First in the league passing yards against. So, I mean, they got a heck of a team. They're not too bad rushing the passer. Obviously, we all know Pat Mahomes, he can catch lightning in a bottle in any given second. And I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm going to have to go with the Bills too on this one. I think it's probably going to be a pretty close game. Y'all think it's going to be a close game, like a down to the wire thing?
Man, I'm hoping it's overtime and it has me up all night. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this game has me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I hope, I'm feeling a little hungover and a little late to work on Monday morning. I'm ready for one crazy game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a field goal is going to be a decider. Basically, I think a field goal is going to be a decider.
Yeah, like DJ says, their rush offense isn't that great, which it's not. They've seemed to have been running the ball better recently. I mean, if you look at, obviously Josh Allen needs to run the ball for them to be successful, but I mean, Singletary's averaging 4.6 yards a carry.
So one thing I'll say about that, because I actually went and looked up a lot on Singletary after the last game where he had, I believe it was like 101 or 96 yards. Can't remember off the top of my head. But in the last 5 weeks of the season, he actually averaged nearly 100 yards. I think it was like 92.5 yards a game the last 5 games of the regular season. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know when the Bills decided to start running the ball more, because they're like Kansas City Chiefs in that essence, where they mainly throw first and they don't normally get those running backs going. But he's actually been balling out the last 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, and the Chiefs defense is 27, so that's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's a great combination for the Bills, bad combination for the Chiefs.
Yeah. And yeah, man, it's they're going to have to match them toe to toe. It's going to have to be an offensive game, obviously, for the Chiefs to hang in there with them and do something, but it wouldn't freaking surprise me if the Chiefs win or whatever, just because they are the Chiefs.
Yeah, they find a way sometimes.
So
Patrick
we'll see what
Mahomes, he's the
happens.
magician, man.
The Chiefs, I don't know. I think the Bills are gonna do it. The Chiefs don't scare me. Like, the Bills are one of those teams that could do something. I think obviously if the Titans win, the Bills win, they would obviously be playing each other in the AFC Championship. And the good thing is it would be in Nashville. And man, that's going to be a tough game considering how we beat them. The Josh Allen slip, non-slip, whatever you want to call it. That was goal line stand there at the end.
So Rossi and Chad as well. Who would y'all rather see next round? Would y'all rather see the Chiefs or would you rather see the Bills?
It's really tough. Honestly, this might sound crazy, but I'd almost rather see the Bills. Just because.
Okay.
And we've been, the crazy thing is we've been pretty good against the Bills and the Chiefs in the last couple years. Like we've beat the Chiefs. If we're I think we're like 6-1 out of the last 7 matchups against the Chiefs or something crazy like that. Now, a lot of that had to do, that was pre-Mahomes. I think Mahomes was hurt one time and all that. But the Bills, we've seen the last couple of times we've been able to beat them, and that was with Josh Allen at the helm. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. For whatever reason, we beat the crap out of the Chiefs this year. Now, that was when the Chiefs they're a different team now. They're a lot better now. But, man, I don't know. That's tough, man. Maybe I should go with the Chiefs on that one. The Bills
don't doubt yourself. You're talking yourself out of your opinion, man. That's tough.
I know, man, and I'll do that a lot. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna go with the Bills, like I said the first time.
Okay.
I'd like to see them again. I'd like to beat them again. I'd like to have that opportunity again to knock them out of the playoffs. We have history with the Bills, the Music City Miracle, all that stuff. Obviously what happened this year. So anyway, so we're all 3 with the Bills on this one, right? As far as winning the game. So there you go. We all agreed on this one. All right, let's go to the next game here. 2 more games left. If I can get this thing to work. All right, here we go. So we have, let's go over to the NFC. We'll leave Green Bay and San Fran for the last. Let's go to the Rams and the Bucks.
Oh, my bad. It's a reflex.
What'd you say? This game, I'm pretty interested to see this game. I want to see if the Rams are the real deal. I don't know. I would love to see the Rams go to the Super Bowl just because that's what I want. I want that revenge game matchup for the Titans. And this is another team the Titans have beat this year. So what do you think, Zach? I know it looks like you're chomping at the bit here. So what's going on?
This is all him.
Man, look, as a Saints fan, I hope they both lose, quite honest. To answer AB Cool, we don't hate the Bucks over here. We hate the the Falcons. Bucks just came reveling and they're just annoying now. They're like the annoying little brother. That's kind of what they are right now. But you're right. I mean the Rams put it on the Bucks earlier on. They took them down 34-24. But the biggest difference about that game was that Fournette wasn't really like they weren't giving him the ball like they did. I think it was actually the week after this game that they really started feeding Fournette, and it looks like Fournette will actually be back for this game. Wow. And I think if he is able to play, I think that's going to be a big difference makers for the Bucks because this is the deal with Tom Brady, and this is why the Saints play them so well. If you can get pressure on Tom Brady early, and you can get him rushed, and you can have him on the bench making his little, face, you're going to get in his head, you're going to win the game. If you get pressure to him, he does collapse. That's why he's been protected by the great offensive line in New England. They're actually banged up on the offensive line this game. They had a couple injuries against Philadelphia. I'm not sure if Wirfs is completely out, but I know he's going to play injured, if anything. The last game they were able to beat the Buccaneers, the Rams, because they were able to sack Brady 3 times. Brady only had 1 touchdown pass. I believe he had an interception, and then he had a touchdown run. I mean, that's how you know they had put it on him. And the Rams looked good on the rush defense. They were able to get pressure anytime that goodness, I'm forgetting who the Rams played last week. Cardinals. They were able to put pressure on Murray nonstop. He never felt comfortable. And I think that's going to be a difference maker. And I see Stafford getting his second playoff win of his career.
All right. Nam P.
Well, I mean, I'm right there with him. Even though, you know, it is Tom Brady, and of course, I am not a fan of Tom Brady. I respect the man, his gifts, and his talents for what he has brought to football, but I'm not a fan. I'm 100% going for the Rams. I think the Rams offense can be a very prolific thing in this game, but the defense is where it's going to stand out. And I'm just looking for. It's kind of hard to say. Like I think the defense is going to do a good job against him. Most time when I pick for these games, it's never like straight to the stats. Yeah, I look at stats, but for me, it's like all emotional hearts. That's what makes me and levels balance out so well. So for me, it's like I said, it's just against. I don't want to see Tom Brady in Super Bowl. I just don't. I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady. I don't want to see Rodgers. I don't want to see them guys. So I want new blood, new faces. So and just because of that, I'm going for the Rams. And I think Stafford is due. He's been around for a long time. He's been talked down. He's been dragged through the dirt because of the previous organization he was with, the trash organization he was with. Now he has the opportunity to show himself. Now if he can just maintain himself within himself and play a complete game, they can definitely win. So I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I actually kind of. I mean, I don't want to say I don't like the Rams, obviously, but I like the Rams in this game. And I think all the people they've been picking up. What they picked up? Who didn't they pick up somebody else in the last couple of days? Like I want to say it was that guy from the Raiders or something.
No, I think that you're thinking of.
That's Kansas
Is
City.
he talking about Arnett? Yeah, that was Kansas City picked up Arnett.
And I saw a story. I watched this guy microphone on YouTube, and he was talking about. You remember the guy for the Raiders who was on the video with the guns and all that?
That's who the Chiefs just pick up. Chiefs just picked him up. They don't care about character. They don't care about character. Your high character players. They pick up anybody.
Yeah, and that was interesting, man. Like, I saw that I didn't get to watch the whole video.
That's desperation.
Yeah, dude, it is. So, and what is he, a linebacker?
No, he's a DB.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, he was pretty good too, right? He was like a first-round pick this year or last year.
He was a first-round pick, but he's not a great defender like people thought he was going to be. Okay. It could have been the system that Gus Bradley was putting together, but he didn't turn out the way they were hoping he was.
Yeah, what's his name again?
Damon Arnett.
Damon Arnett, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it's how with those type of pickups, how quickly can they come in and help? I was surprised with us. I mean, when we got Zach Cunningham, I mean, that guy's came in and just been killing it. He's been one of our best linebackers from day one. And it's amazing he even fell to us on the waiver wire. Like, how could he have slipped that far? But that dude's been killing it. And yeah, Rams did pick up Weddle. Has he played at all yet?
He played. He did play last week, I believe.
Okay. So anyways, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Rams on this one too.
I think Von Miller's going to be. I think the MVP Von Miller's going to show up this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. And I think he had a sack the last game too.
Yeah, he had a sack. I think it was actually his first sack. His first sack. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's incredible how getting Fournette is huge for them. I don't think Godwin's going to be playing, right?
Yeah, no, he's got torn ACL, I believe. So they're going to be without Godwin. They're going to be without Ronald Jones still. I think Bernard is still beat up, and I think he's going to play. So I mean, they're They're a dominant offensive team. Like it's just not the same. Like if all these players are back, I think we'd be talking about a different outcome. I'd probably have to say that name, on the win list. But the thing is, I saw someone, I saw someone say earlier, like Brady can beat the Rams. Well, that's exactly what it is. Brady is going to have to beat them because there is not. He doesn't have all these weapons and all these, skilled players like he had earlier on in the year. I think, with Rams getting Cam Akers back, and I'll say this, if y'all watch the game, man, Cam Akers looked like he had a flashback and he saw from Pop Warner all the way to now, and that dude just came and balled out. He ran angry.
Yeah. He looked really good, actually.
I think he repeats it.
Yeah, I think so too.
He looked really good. And, somebody that helped me win the freaking – I went – in my fantasy football league, I had Derrick Henry. Well, when Derrick Henry ran out, like I was practically screwed, like I lost like 3 games in a row. Yeah. And I picked up Sony Michel. And and I picked up Sony Michel, and it was another running back that kind of mimicked what Michel did the last few games. And because of them, it helped me. I freaking won the whole thing. It was crazy. Like
I was about to say what you placed. Oh man.
Yeah, I went 7-7. It was a Titans YouTubers versus Titans Twitter league. And
cool.
Yeah, it was a 6-team playoff, and I was the 6th team. I came in 7-7, and I got to shout out Titan Anderson because he would have beat me in the championship game, but he started James Conner, and Conner was a game time decision, and they held him out. So, I literally won that game by it was like 1.2 points or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we're talking about
numbers.
It's just insane. But they haven't been targeting him as much. Since last game and the game before, like I noticed they weren't giving the ball in his hands, which I thought was really weird. They were throwing to OBJ a little bit more. They hit Higbee a bunch. Van Jefferson was also really quiet, but I don't know.
But OBJ, that's a hungry OBJ, because now you seen the excitement.
I got pads tested too.
So after that game, he's going to be excited to play. He's going to be hyped to play. Looking to go big this game too.
Yeah, he had that awesome touchdown catch. And Van Jefferson, I actually met him this
really
in the off season. Yeah, he was. I go to this used tire store, just if I need anything, get tires plugged, whatever, buy a used tire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little hole in the wall joint, down here in South Florida. Nothing special. And I was sitting there getting a tire fixed, and I'm like, I know this guy. He looks familiar. And the guy came over to me. There's a guy there that I always kind of bull crap with when I'm there. And he's like, you know who that is? I said, nah, is he a football player or something? He said, that's Van Jefferson. I was like, holy crap, man, the wide receiver. And he's like, yeah. So I went up to him, and he was so cool, man. I talked to him and stuff, and super nice guy. But yeah, he's getting better and better. So we'll see what happens in this game. I do like the Rams, man. Like y'all, I kind of agree with a lot of what you guys said. So we'll see what happens. Anytime the Bucs lose is fine by me. So
exactly, especially now.
And the Rams too, for that matter, Zach, and the Rams.
Thank you. I know.
I don't care for either of them, but I guess I'd rather see the Rams, and that's the only because I want to. If it is possible, we can get to the Super Bowl. I would love to see that rematch. I think it would be a great story for the league. 20 years later, the 1 yard, the blah, 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 all that stuff. I think it would be a pretty cool story. All right, last game, and we'll get to this last game. We'll kind of start wrapping it up. And again, guys, please just real quick, let them know in the chat where they can find y'all and your shows and all that.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much nonfiction on everything. NONPFIXION. So
All
I'm
right.
nonfiction on everything.
And then, slowly but surely, we're moving a lot of our sports stuff over to the Real Fan Sports. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, all one word, fans with an S. We also, we have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and, a lot of it's just some updates. But as we're getting that started, we're going to be posting a bunch, man. We're hoping to do a lot of fun content, doing some reaction videos to some sports highlights or some just funny sports moments. And we'd be excited to have y'all there and come check us out and come say hey. And then, jump right back over here to Rossi, man. He's a great guy. It's been, fun talking to you and getting to know you over the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
is it okay if I post a link to the Real Fan Sports in here? Because we don't have the link. It's the
please
full
do,
link.
man. Please do that. I think it'll let you. I don't think there's any.
You might have to copy. People might have to copy and paste it, but we're trying to build that one up now. We just really started posting content to it. So
yeah, and I think I put a link in the description as well. If not, I'll definitely do it.
I think you did too.
I think I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, and y'all check out nonfiction too. I've checked out some of your other stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I think I subscribed to your YouTube.
I think you did.
Too.
Yeah.
So I'll be checking a lot of that stuff out too. Let's see. Rocky says he will subscribe now. Post the link. So there you go.
Yes, sir, Rocky.
Grandizer says, "Is this it? What do you mean the show?" No, we're gonna break down the. I usually go about an hour and a half, but I have to get ready and stuff. I'm catching a flight after a little while.
Got that flight.
Yeah, and I got some stuff to do around the house, but
yeah, that first link is to the Real Fan Sports YouTube, and the second link you see me post is to my personal YouTube.
I haven't seen it pop up on my end, but maybe they can see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I typed it directly into the YouTube.
Okay, cool. So yeah, y'all click on the link, man, and follow nonfiction, and follow Real Fan Sports too. I know y'all are trying to build that up. These guys are the real deal. They really are. Like they're awesome. They got good.
We like having fun, man.
Yeah, that's what I like.
We chose that title. We chose that title because we're real fans who actually like to watch sports.
Yeah,
and we talk our crap.
All sports, basketball, football. We plan on doing possibly some baseball, some WNBA. We don't care if it's got a ball and there's athletes in it. We want to watch it.
I'm the same way, dude. Like I just love. Reason I started this channel was to kind of just for other fans, like for people to be able to come on and say what they want to say and blah blah blah. There's some other media, Titans media out there that they have YouTubes and they put down fans and stuff. It's crazy. And I'm like, bro, this channel is for. I'm a diehard fan. I mean, I'm a diehard Titans fan, dude. It's
I'm with you, bro. Saints over here.
Saints, Raiders, you
tough.
I love it, man. I love
born
all
into
sports.
it, man. Born into it. It's in the blood.
Yeah, man, definitely. I love all sports too, man. I like hockey, basketball, everything. So in the off season, I'm thinking about kind of doing some other stuff as well, like different sports and maybe expanding into kind of doing different types of videos, all in the sports vein of things.
Yeah, We just want to try to keep the Real Fan Sports as active as possible, and if that means doing an occasional baseball game and possibly occasional hockey match, whatever, we'll jump into it and see what happens. We never know.
Yeah, and Grandizer says the links are in there, so I'm actually going to pin it on YouTube here, so y'all check out Non-P on there for sure.
Should I put them both in one single post?
I don't know. Let me see here.
Because I can.
I guess. Let's see.
Anyway, it'd be cool. You say Saints are disappointing, no offense. Yeah, it's been a rough year, man. It's been a rough year.
That was a tough game, man. Where they made it was like that Thursday night game or something, or was it a Sunday night game where they had to play after all the COVID?
Against Philadelphia. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, it's just We had
Beck or
Ian Book, our
something?
rookie
Ian Book, yeah.
from Notre Dame, rookie from Notre Dame.
They
And
threw that dude
and then
fire.
not just that, but we had half of our offensive line gone. We had we already don't have any receivers, and we had a lot of them gone. It was basically practice squad versus the Eagles.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough game. And I thought in a way, I thought the Saints kind of hung in there, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just Book. He just couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's his first game as pros, man. Like, what do people
yeah,
expect?
like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
I mean, we as a Saints fan, we have hopes for what's to come, man. I still don't know what our quarterback situation is gonna do. I mean, I think we're
Me either.
our offensive line is beat up. We're gonna have to get some O linemen. I mean, the only thing that's looking good is our defense right now, and it's weird being being a Saints fan. I mean, I started watching like during the Aaron Brooks era, so I remember when our offense was just trash, and but having Breeze for the last several years and being high and flying, and now we're like winning games like 10-7, or beating the Bucs 9-0.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's weird.
y'all beat the
Oh,
Bucs
you're right.
twice this
You're right,
year.
Grand Desir. It was Dolphins. You're right, Grand Desir. I got mixed up. It was Dolphins.
All right, let's get into this last game. So obviously we got the Packers and the Niners. The Niners are they're kind of a hot topic right now. A lot of people are picking upsets and this and that. Obviously, now they've run into the number one team in the NFL, record-wise, all that stuff. I don't, do you guys think there's any chance that San Francisco can pull this out?
Yes.
Zach, what do you think? Any
That one. I'm going no. Just no.
All right.
Just no. I mean, look, I respect what the 49ers are doing. I think their defense is phenomenal. I knew their defense was better than what they were playing earlier on in the year. Like, they had a lot of injuries in the secondary. Like, we knew that they were a better team, and they're looking like that scary defense that they were. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago, where they were number one in the league, and that's what it is looking like. But they got some skill players. They got Deebo Samuels, who's this tricky guy. He can run, catch. He can do it all. He's like Patterson. They might as well throw him out on safety, let him go get a pick. But I think the Packers are just too solid. And the thing is, even with the Titans' great defense, the last several weeks, just Rodgers doesn't turn over the ball. He only has 4 interceptions. He's one of the least, picked off quarterback in NFL history. They've put up over 30 points just about every single game this year. They've only scored under 20 twice. That was the opener against the Who Dat Nation, and then the other game that they scored on 20 was when Love was under the center. I just think the Packers are just too stacked. The only way I see the 49ers coming away with it, if they somehow find a way to slow down Rodgers, and Jimmy G has to just play phenomenal. And I can't put my trust in that. I just can't.
Understandable.
Yeah, I think the Niners, they could have a shot. Obviously Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and Devontae. I mean, if you look at the numbers, according to the numbers here, I mean, I didn't know the Niners defense was that good. I know we played them, and shout out to the Niners fan in here. I saw the Niners fan in here, so shout out to him.
Probably hate you right now. Sorry, my guy.
Yeah, they're really good, man, on defense. And obviously Jimmy G, he's kind of been that. Can he do it? Can he get them there and all this stuff? Is he just a game manager? He played well last game. I do like their running back, that Mitchell. I think he's a rookie. I think I actually had him in fantasy for a little bit. But I mean, I guess the key thing is stopping Adams. I mean, that's the key thing right there. It doesn't seem like Green Bay has that many weapons. I mean, I know they have Lazard and Scanling and all that, but
they only really have Adams.
Yeah.
And well, and the thing is, Scantling is currently hurt, and Cobb is definitely out. I'm not sure if Scantling's going to play. I had looked earlier on in the week, so I don't know what's developed with that. So, I mean, it's going to be Lazard back there. It's going to be, I believe, St. Brown or A. Brown. Yeah, St. Brown. You know, it's going to be the main three. You know, they did play earlier on, and it was a close game. You know, they played, it was 49ers lost just by 2 points. It was 30-28. And, you know, this was also before Elijah Mitchell, before they made him the starter. This is before Debo really started, I think, or Debo got injured that game.
Yeah, I don't think he played that game.
Right.
Or he didn't finish the game.
Right. So, I mean, it's really anyone's game, but I just think once more, and they start off here by saying, what did they call this season? The Last Dance. What happened for the Last Dance for Michael Jordan? What happened that year? They won the championship. I mean, you know, so some stars align a certain way, man. I don't know if they'll win it this year, but I think they're going.
I definitely, from a Raiders fan, talk about Niners team. I'm just right off the bat, I'm choosing Niners. I'm putting everything on Deebo Samuels. I just need Garoppolo to maintain the game, just control his errors, make as least errors as possible, and just put the ball in Deebo Samuels' hands. He has revolutionized his position. It's not a wide receiver. He's not a running back. He's a wide back. It's simple, very simple. He's revolutionized his position. He's such a great player, and it's so much it's so much pressure on him that I don't even think he really cares. Just in last week's game, when he asked for the ball, he told the coach, "Give me the ball." They even have highlights of him talking, "Give me the ball." They give him the ball. He immediately scored 30-yard touchdown. You know, he touched a few times, but really untouched because the man is special. I mean, 18.2 yards per reception. He has over 1,400 yards reception in the game, 1,700 yards from scrimmage, 14 TDs. The man is special. Like I said, Jimmy G just has to play not even a complete game, just a good game. Just be smart, make smart moves. Don't try to force the ball. That's Jimmy G's problem. He tries to force the ball too many times. And hopefully Bosa's back. If Bosa's back, then I think Niners definitely will win. They're my upset of the week. They were my upset last week, and I called it. They were upset again this week.
Mark says you can't compare JG to MJ.
No, not JG.
Trying to do that.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And you still can't compare them to either.
Yeah, you still can't do that either. No, you're right.
Statistically, Rodgers is 6-6 against the Niners, but the Niners in playoffs, he's 0-3. So I like to go with history sometimes, not just stats. History works. It rears its head sometimes. Just like when we talked about the Colts versus Jaguars. Colts 7 times have not beat the Jaguars the last 7 times. What happened this year? They lose to the Jaguars. Again, a much better team. Probably the rookie of the year in Taylor, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Niners are going to win that game.
Second year.
I'm sorry about that. I think I'm definitely going with Niners. And I can say that's coming from a Raiders fan, and it's hard to say for me.
Wow. So I got to go with the Packers on it. I see your point, Non P. Like, and I could see the Niners pulling out, especially with Bosa being back. Too, I could see them doing it, man. I mean, with the issues, the injuries and stuff. If you take Adams out of the game, you got a chance. But I'm going to stick with the Packers. And this was my original picks for the playoffs. Let me take this banner off. This was my original board. So far, I've been right. I'm not saying it's going to stay that way, but that was kind of my original Final Four there. And, of course, I got us winning the Super Bowl. But, that was kind of my original picks there. So, according to Non-P, you have the 49ers and the Rams, right? And then the Bills and
Titans.
And Titans.
Last week.
and Zach, you have the Bengals and the Bills, and
Yes,
the
sir.
Packers and the Rams, right?
Yes, sir.
So there we go. We'll see what happens. We'll see who gets to eat crow. It'll be interesting. But man, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on. And I know we had to switch and all that crazy stuff, but I appreciate y'all and being gracious with your time. And go follow these guys. Go follow these guys on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, Nonfiction, and then Real Fan Sports. And what was you have your own thing too, Zach, or is it just Real Fan Sports?
Nah, just Real Fan Sports, man. That's
Okay.
all I do now.
All right, cool. So we're gonna
sure. And thanks for having us, man. We really appreciate the opportunity. We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, we'll do it again too.
Definitely down do it again.
Sometime the next week or two or something. But I will see y'all guys later. I'm gonna wrap the show up, and good luck to whoever y'all want to win. So let's go.
Yeah, man. Have a safe fight, man, and hey, go Titans. Even though I picked the Bengals, go Titans. Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Go Titans. Have fun, man. Be safe out there.
See y'all later, man. So there you have it. There's Real Fan Sports. Just awesome guys, man. I really appreciate them coming on. They're good, man. They're good to chop it up with. And I'll look forward to doing that again. So anyways, thank y'all so much for coming on, for coming in the day show. It's been awesome. There's been great participation. And I greatly appreciate it. I really do. I did want to play a couple videos real quick just to kind of get us going, get us off on the right foot. There will be some footage. I will be getting a lot of footage at the game. I got great seats. Shout out to James at Titans for Life. He really hooked me up, and he's had some stuff going on, and I'm not going to tell it on here, but, he knows that my prayers have been with him. And he's a good friend of mine. So shout out to James at Titans for Life. And y'all give him a follow. His channel's been blowing up lately. I think he had a video that had like 5,000 views, and he picked up about 100 subscribers. So his channel link is in the description. Go follow Titan Anderson as well. He's getting close to, I think, 6,300 now. Titan Upload. He's almost at 9K. So let's get him to 9K before these playoffs end. And all the other guys out there, Titans Time Podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly, all these guys who are putting in work for Titan Nation. It's we put a lot of work into it, and we do what we do. There's Titan Anderson right there. So I was gonna play a couple videos, just kind of get the good vibes going for the game. This was I thought this was pretty cool, like Julio and Lawan cutting up yesterday.
For me, he's a great guy, man. Great gentleman.
That's true.
No, seriously, he is. But like he said, like early on, like we kind of been on and off the field, things like that, but we've been in passing, crossing, things like that. I can definitely consider him as a friend and a brother, outside of just the game of football.
I think for Julio, when you sign him, he's the type of free agent signing. When you see that in the offseason, me and my wife are like, holy shit, Julio Jones is coming on this team. And it's cool to meet a guy with that kind of star power and talk about him like he's not here right now, but they've had that kind of star power. But you meet him, and he's a humble guy. He takes care of his business. He works. And I know he said it, I said it, like there's been times we've been sidelined. We don't want that. But the work ethic is never in question with him.
Thanks, both.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And shout out to the 615 podcast too. I didn't mean to leave you out, buddy. He's got a stream tomorrow starting at 3:25 Central Time. So that's pretty cool. Right around the game there. Let's play another one. I think I got another one here. I did want to play TA's reaction video of Henry, since Henry just got announced. He just got activated. So that's pretty awesome news. I've been waiting to hear that. I have to go on Twitter I know James just texted me. I don't know if that's officially out yet or not, but yeah, he is activated. If you don't know or whatever, I haven't been able to check Twitter in the last hour or so, but Henry's activated. He's ready to go. So let's kind of close out the show with TA's reaction video. And what's up, Christian? I just saw you in there. We're just kind of wrapping it up. But thanks for tuning in. Let's end out the show with TA's reaction video of Henry. This was earlier on in the season, and I think this will be a good spot to end it off of. So shout out to TA. Here we go. Tighten up. I will see y'all. I'll probably be posting some videos from the game and all that stuff. So thank you so much for your support. Tell your friends, tell your buddies, your coworkers, this and that, to subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,100. And yeah, tighten up, guys. Here we go. I'll see y'all later.
The 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Heavy set. Everyone's in the. They got everyone in the box. Henry runs through. Oh, go Henry! Go Henry! Henry's gone! Henry's gone! Woo!
Put the crown on.
Henry's gone! Henry's gone! Ah! Woo! Let's go! The best running back in football! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Henry! Touchdown! Touchdown! Oh, that's a reaction video. Oh my God. Didn't I tell you, baby? I felt like he was going to break one today. Let's go, baby! The best running back of this generation!
So there you go. There's TA at his finest. That's why I love watching his videos. And tighten up, Sin City Titan. I've seen you in the chat, man. I appreciate all you guys. Y'all all rock. Kent Woods, what's up, man? Tank, Real Fan Sports. Thank y'all so much. Jay Tyrus, my speakers are blasting. Hey, man, that's how he is, man. He gets into it, and that's what I love about his streams. And I know he'll be streaming the game, so y'all check that out too. So tighten up, guys. Let's go. Let's go get this dub tomorrow.